Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for today's session, General Manager of IBM Cloud Europe, Sebastian Krause.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? Let me ask that one more time. How are you doing? Here we go again. So look, Maged Wassim, General Manager, IBM Cloud, Middle East, Africa, and myself, Maged is sitting here in the front row. We are extremely happy to welcome you to Madrid in 2018. And just in case you're wondering about the stage setup, let me assure you, I do too. But kidding aside, on next Saturday, the Spanish Oscars are going to be presented here on this stage. And some of you might remember it was the same last year. Stage was red at that point in time. So now we have an IBM blue, so we made progress. But we thought, why not using this event as well for us being the stars in the cloud industry and use it to basically celebrate the success of 2017, as you have seen before, and preparing ourselves for 2018. So it's the fourth consecutive year that we are coming together here as the IBM Cloud team from Middle East, Africa, and from Europe to prepare ourselves for success. And every year, we have become more participants and more attendees. And that is because more community in the IBM company are joining the IBM Cloud organization and the IBM Cloud business as part of our strategy to become a cognitive solutions and cloud platform company. So now you are amongst 2,900 attendees, 2,000 in here in the auditorium, and certainly we should give a big round of applause also to the 800 colleagues that are in the overflow room on the other side of the building. So let's welcome them as well. So, but as we have so many new members in the IBM Cloud family, I really like to welcome you all in the IBM Cloud family, and I'd like to welcome you specifically, together with Maged, at our IBM Cloud Fast Start 2018. I'm looking forward for an inspirational, very insightful, and certainly very exciting event with all of you. And I'm pretty sure that we are also going to have sufficient fun over the next couple of days while we are enabling ourselves during this week. So now, let me also welcome two very... Thank you, Arvind.
Thank you, Sebastian. But I think it's worth it to first reflect. Sebastian talked about acceleration. It's always easier to begin acceleration from a place of momentum. So if I know some numbers, plus 3%, if I remember, was Europe transactions fourth quarter, right? And 114% was Europe in cloud, as in public cloud revenue through the year 2017. If I think of Middle East, Africa, plus 9% overall revenue, if I remember right, Maged, and double-digit growth in public cloud. I think the room deserves a round of applause for delivering those numbers for the IBM Corporation. So now we're going to talk a little bit about our strategy, and hopefully none of this should be a surprise to many of you, but it has taken us a few years to bring together public, private, hybrid, etc. And it's always best to talk about it in the context externally. If you look at an external context, the world's been in that top bubble called traditional IT. We'll say for the past 50, you can debate past 60 years, and that's where the spend used to be parked. But there's two other bubbles you see below that where spend is going. You look on the right side, you see the public market. You see there in 2017, 70 billion. And if you look at what are these numbers are what we collectively go after. So yeah, there's more in there for hardware, and there's more in there for some other things, and that's not what we're talking about. We're talking here collectively, in some sense, what the opportunity is for us. And you see that growing at 30%. So then you see why we're obsessed on going to drive our share there. Then you look on the left side, and you see this market called private. Private sits behind an enterprise's firewall, but they all want the same operating
self-discovery.
going further down the sales funnel, understanding more about our offerings before they have to engage with us. And then, of course, you end with, you're interested enough that you actually want to do something more substantial. Here's the eventual landing page for IBM Cloud Private. You can request and reserve an instance for a period of time. It's 4 hours here, but if you want it for longer, you can choose to do it yourself, or if you want to be guided through it, then you book a time and who you want to be contacted by, and we will remotely, digitally work with the customer around this solution. Now, the end point of which, of course, is that the client, by the time they come to meet with you, is significantly further down the sales funnel, that they haven't, because some of our competitors, frankly, have been better at this than us, they haven't qualified us out earlier in the sales process. This will drive more opportunity for us. We've moved a significant number of people into digital technical engagement. Don't be confused. It's not the digital business group. We haven't moved them into the digital business group. They're still part of, in this case, Arvind's organization, our organization. But they're focused, deeply technical people that are, if you like, remotely helping clients using state-of-the-art digital techniques. There's one, but a significant method by which we're going to become more efficient in 18. The last thing I want to mention, thank you for doing your pre-work. I haven't spoken a lot about patterns here. A lot of confusion last year about patterns, not products. We're not planning to build these things. These are supposed to be conversation starters with clients based upon what they tell us are their business and technical problems. These are things that clients overwhelmingly tell us they're worried about, they're bothered about, they're trying to solve. And so they're supposed to be methods by which, if you become conversant with them, they're methods of engaging with your client around the IBM Cloud story, around a specific worry thing that they've got. Now, they do roughly line up to lines of business, but they're not kind of product specific. We haven't designed these around a product. These are conversation starters that roughly align with these parts of the business. We just refreshed these.